And welcome back to the week of Who Would Wins. And this one comes to us from Dion Knight, who has asked the question constantly. Who would win a fight? Kakashi Atake from a Naruto series and Yoruichi Shihoen from Bleach. Now, I can actually see why you put these two together. They're both the kind of cool mentors of our protagonists to some degree. They're both immensely powerful in their own rights, but they're not unbeatable. They both utilize lightning to some degree. Varying degrees, but they're also very different in many regards. So to go with Kakashi real quick, Kakashi in his prime, which would probably be near the end of Shippuden, right off the bat, we're not using Kakashi when he got the Kamui, when he got both Sharingan in his eyes, Kamui and Kamui Susanoo. We're not doing that because right off the bat, he's gonna beat Yoruichi hands down. Plus, that was just a temporary power boost, so it makes no sense to give him that power in this fight. It'd be like saying, all right, Superman is going to be fighting this character, and at this point in the fight, he turns into that gold god form he had. That makes no sense. And plus, that was an Elseworld story for Superman, so that's an odd example, but you get my meaning. We're not using that. But you know what? At the end, I'll give a scenario where that happens. Point being, Kakashi at his prime was like around 29 years old. He was a male shinobi of the Hidden Leaf Village. He is known as Kakashi of the Sharingan and copied over 1,000 jutsu with his Sharingan that was gifted to him by his friend Obito Uchiha. Yet, because he can't use it naturally, because he can't turn it off, he has to keep it covered to conserve chakra, because it consumes a lot more chakra with him than it does other individuals. Kakashi is very level-headed. He's very cool and collect. Even under extreme circumstance, he almost never loses his cool, which is a trait very few of the other shinobi in the Naruto world really have. He's not overly expressional or anything. He's very neutral in how he approaches the world a lot, even though he harbors a lot of guilt and resentment about things. And that being said, as a shinobi, he's highly proficient in hand-to-hand combat, stronger than you'd think just regularly, and can enhance his physical strength and abilities with chakra to make him faster or stronger if he has to. Highly skilled in weaponry, particularly kunai, shuriken, and he's pretty good with a blade too, like an actual sword, as he used to wield one when he was a kid. Also, he's equipped with smoke bombs, explosive notes, which pretty much have the impact of something like a grenade. Actually, stronger than a grenade when we really look at how they function. Like a very powerful grenade. And of course, then you get into every one of the jutsus he knows. Now he knows the basic clone jutsu, transformation jutsu, substitution jutsu, shadow clone jutsu, multi-shadow clone, though it's very taxing as his chakra reserves, while they improved in the series, were always on the lower side for shinobi of his rank, which was Jonin, and then later Hokage. But then you factor in fire jutsu, including fireball jutsu, phoenix flower jutsu, great fireball jutsu, earth style mud wall, earth style headhunter jutsu, mud wall. His actual affinity was for lightning jutsu, the lightning blade, double lightning blade, the lightning hound jutsu. I don't remember what it was actually called, but I think it was lightning hound or something like that. Chidori, which is the lesser version of the lightning blade. I'm trying to think. We knew water jutsu, water clone jutsu, water encampment, which was basically like the water wall. I think he could do the water prison jutsu because he probably copied it from Zabuza, if we're going to be honest. A torrential, what was that one? The giant circle thing he did against Zabuza. Water style, I can't remember. He knows that. Water dragon jutsu. It's implied he knows at least maybe a winded jutsu, but we never saw him really use it. He knows the Rasengan, which he doesn't use anyway, but he knows it. He's got his own, he's got a summoning jutsu that summons dogs into combat for him, or for tracking purposes, whatever it may be. And then, of course, you have the Sharingan, which allows him to analyze, recognize, and copy any jutsu or movement that he sees. Now, granted, with movements, he can follow any movement with his Sharingan, provided that it's, there's limits. Like, against like kind of god tier individuals like Guy when he opened the 8th gate, or Madara. It does have its limitations, but overall he can follow the movements, but that doesn't mean he can keep. His body can only move so fast, so he has to. Like, he trained Sasuke to use the Chidori by copying Lee's hyper fast movements, so he had so he could learn to get faster. Obviously he can copy jutsu. He can't copy like just regular, like whatever attack Yoruichi's gonna throw him, like Kido or whatever. He can't copy that because it's not a jutsu. The Sharingan is limited to jutsu and movements. So if there's a sword technique, yeah, he can copy that. And then he obviously has the Mangekyo Sharingan, which deteriorates his eyesight with every use, but we never actually truly saw that with Kakashi. It's implied that maybe it was happening to him, but seeing as he had one regular eye, it didn't really matter. But point being, Kamui, or I believe it's Kamui, basically opens up a dimension opens up pretty much does like a wormhole, kind of almost black hole effect, where it sucks things up in a different dimension. That is like a pocket dimension that is created by the Kamui. And I mean, you can use it to basically sever limbs to basically just completely absorb an attack, and basically there's quite a transport yourself in and out of places. That's how Obito really used his intangibility, by basically transporting his body and only projecting an image of himself into the real world. Kakashi can't really do that, but he can kind of move freely in and out of the Kamui world to a degree. But then there's the question of how taxing it is on him, because one of the things Kakashi kind of lacks to some degree is chakra stamina. He can really exhaust himself. With the lightning blade, he could only limit himself to, I think, like 2 or 3 times a day with the lightning blade. There was really no true limit now what we saw with him use the lightning blade with. We saw him use it like 6 times in this fight with Kakuzu and Hidan, but he was seen to overall still fine at the end. The Kamui, that originally he was limited to 3 times before he was just done with Kamui. Otherwise, it's kind of tricky. In the final arc, in like the 4th Great Shinobi War arc, he used it a lot. But there was a couple varying factors, like he got his chakra restored several times in that fight, so it's kind of hard to figure. If I were to be a betting man, I'd say maximum maybe 5. 5 before he's just gassed completely. So that's that. Yoruichi Shihoin was ahead of the Shihoin clan, but then she kind of, decided, no, I'm not going to do that anymore, and helped Ohara escape. I'm getting her profile up right now so I can actually fully reference it. Now, I generally know a lot about Yoruichi, but because I'll be honest, I liked Bleach better than I did Naruto. I liked Naruto a lot, but I liked Bleach more. There it is, Yoruichi Shihoin. Just the concept of Bleach worked for me better than Naruto did. And I think the second half of Naruto was pretty decent, but you could tell there was some plot issues going on there. Despite how she's depicted as a pretty tall woman. She's only a foot, 1 foot 5.5 inches. So despite how she's depicted, she's actually really short. I don't quite get that, but okay. Anyway, she's very, unlike Kakashi, she's very emotional and can easily lose her temper, but she's also very flirtatious and likes to have fun with her opponent and other people. So there's that to it. Now, she was not only the Squad 2 captain and head of the punishment force, I think it was stealth force. That was it. She was also, I should have said, not only was she the former Squad 2 captain and head of the Shihoin clan at one point, but she was also the commander of the stealth force. She has a feline transformation, which means absolutely nothing in this fight, because she can transform into a cat, which Kakashi could see through. She is a Shumpo master. She was titled Flash Goddess for a reason. She can move basically at lightning fast speeds. Let's Let me see here. At the full extent of her abilities remain unclear, but she was able to outrun Byakuya while carrying unconscious Ichigo over her shoulder, performing over 300 steps before feeling tired from being 100 years out of practice. Soifone could barely keep up with her while she was still holding back, and Soifone herself is a highly proficient Shunpo user. She can literally just close like hundreds of feet within a blink of an eye. She is literally faster than the eye can see. That she moves like lightning. She has an ability called Cast Off Cicada Shell. Yitsumesimi? Basically, way of Utsumusi, third way of showing, that allows you to move at great speed, leaving a one intangible after image. We obviously say it's a Yoruichi taught him this. It's probably likely that she can do more. She's a Hakuda, or master in hand-to-hand combat. We never see her use her sword at all, which sucks. I would have liked to see what her Zanpakuto was, because we know she has one, and she was a captain, so she has Shikai and Bankai. Maybe that's something we'll get in the data book at some point. Or hell, maybe if they ever do animate the final arc, the Great 1,000-Year Blood arc, we'll they'll have a filler where we see her use her Zanpakuto. Who knows? Or maybe we'll get Ishin's Bankai too. But anyway, she is one of the most accomplished hand-in combats in the entire Bleach series, capable of taking on individuals like Soifone, who's also a master on right with easily on Yoruhara's level, who's also a master of this. She had taken out a Spada level Arankar, who were all of them were roughly captain level, with just her fist, and she barely only received a minor fracture just because they had tougher skin. Even the fourth Spada, Ukihara, deemed her highly dangerous, and he was arguably the strongest of them because he had basically a Bankai transformation, a second one. She has some, I'm not even going to bother, Ryoken, which is Thunder Fist, a hand-to-hand move, involving a series of ultra-high-speed punches using both arms, performing this technique while wearing the anti-hero armor, which I'm not going to bother, severely cracked Aizen's first form. So basically, it's a very powerful hand-to-hand technique. Simply yet effective throwers. The bamboo dragonfly, simple throw, something violently flips an opponent upside down. Shunko is a combination of hand-to-hand techniques and Kido, which is pretty much the magic of the Bleach world. Energy techniques, if you will. The jutsu the Bleach's equivalent of Naruto's jutsu. An advanced technique in which you combine hand-to-hand and Kido, surrounds her back and arms with pressurized Kido based on the elemental lightning, which is her basically element. Apart from enhancing her arms and legs combat strength, allows her to instantaneously neutralize opponents' movements. Kido itself can be controlled and fired at an opponent, which creates a massive explosion. There's several different versions of this, including Shunko Raijin Senkai, or Thunder God War Form. Lightning emitting from her reaches creates a circle of electrical energy, shape of Raijin drums behind her as she unleashes a giant column of electrical energy to engulf her opponent. Also, she has a transformation while using Raijin Senkai. Not explicitly stated how she activated it, particularly because Uehara forced her to. It's implied he might have stuck something in her butt. Upon releasing, she basically takes on the form of a lightning Neko cat, basically. Lightning covering every part of her. Her speed, her energy, her Kido is changing so many times a second. She's just completely savage and ruthless and powerful in that form. Now, while we've never seen her use a sword, she is an expert swordsman. She is a Kido expert and capable of using many high proficient Kidos. Haki, which is a technique used during Shunko to nullify an opponent's Kido. Master assassin, master strategist. Immense spiritual pressure, enhanced strength, enhanced endurance. We never see her use her Zanpakuto. Anyway, it's because that I can't use her Zanpakuto. I can't have her using a blade. Okay, that's not fair. I can have her using a blade. I can't have her using her Zanpakuto without knowing what her Zanpakuto is. So now that I've gone through all of that ilk, let's get to the fight. So this fight, I don't know. Again, like all the Bleach, and again, we're gonna make it so Kakashi can see her because that whole it's like stop messing around with that bag. Stop messing around with the bag. You're making noise. Stop making noise. You don't leave that bag alone. It's like, you're bored. I'm bored. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Are you going to get up on my knee now? Yep, you are. Okay. So Domino here and I are going to explain how this fight goes down. You ready, Domino? Okay. So, yeah, I figure it's going to happen the same way I've kind of depicted most of these happening. During the war, Yoruichi somehow gets involved and Kakashi and her kind of square off. Now, in the shipping fan fiction circles, these two probably would make a really... Because looking up for the thumbnail for this, I found a lot of shipped like pictures of them. So I'm like, and when you think about it, if they existed in the same world, they probably would make a pretty good couple when you think about it. Him or Soifone. I think those two would, if we're gonna, trade universes. But no, they're gonna start off with some banter first. And immediately Kakashi can tell, because Kakashi is a seasoned warrior, seasoned ninja, veteran. He'll immediately take off the Sharingan. He's like, nope, I'm not gonna take any risks with you. Just it's like pulls it up. It's like, so all right then. It's like, and then Ray's like, ooh, that's a pretty eye, big boy. And then she goes in and is like, I was like, but I don't have time for this. She just appears behind us, and he saw it, but it's like, oh crap, she's fast. Luckily, he's got the reflex to be like, nope, substitution, boom, and then she goes right through it, and then the log appears. All of a sudden, Phoenix Fire style, Phoenix Flower Jutsu. The fireballs come, just fire. She's avoiding, like, that's the best you got, and there's kunai in there, so now they're sticking the guns. Like, so that's the best you got? Nope, this is. And it's like, hi! It's like, huh? And then she's supposed to, oh shit, boom! She gets out of there, little singed, but otherwise fine. It's like, it's like, you seem to be a tough guy, or, you might be fun after all. And then, the fight actually it takes place. He's got a kunai, and he's going for just Jun. In pure hand-to-hand combat, I'm gonna give the edge to Yoruichi on that. Simply because that's her. She's like the Mike Guy in that sense. Granted, much more attractive and more. Well, no, Mike Guy's fun, but I prefer Yoruichi. So yeah, she's like the Mike Guy in that sense. That is her field of expertise. Kakashi is really good in hand-to-hand combat, but Yoruichi outclasses him in that sense. Granted, they're both master assassins, but he's better at using deception being an actual ninja. So granted, yeah, he's gonna boom, 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 but he's gonna gonna get hit around a bit, and then she kicks him, boom. Then he grabs her leg with some ninja wild. They bring some lightning, electric jutsu in there, lightning chakra in there, just shocks her. But it's like, she sees up, she counters it with her own lightning chakra. It's like she used lightning chakra too. She quickly gets rid of the wires. So it's like, it's like now this is getting here. So you use irritating. So now she uses an offensive keto. I don't know. Shakaho cannon. Fires them. Boom, then fires. She probably does a couple bombardments of different ones, and he's starting to get on the defensive very quickly. He blocks with mud wall. She just charges right through there with a lightning, which Shunko is like, doof! And he just sees that she's got lightning chakra too. Crap. And I don't know any wind jutsu. And then she kicks him. He pops away as a shadow clone. Then she hears the sound of the chirping birds. Not Chidori. Well, maybe he could try Chidori. He's got to try to test her out, but Chidori, doom. And then all of a sudden, she blocks it, and she realizes that it did penetrate because they're both lightning. It kind of penetrates. Her hands penetrate, but otherwise she's got it. It's like, now I got you, or maybe I got you. And then he suddenly summons another one, just jabs her right in her gut, just she goes flying, just she coughs with some blood. Again, it's kind of like when Sasuke kind of pierced the Raikage's electrical kind of aura. It doesn't really kill her or anything, but it still pierced her. She's still bleeding, and she's definitely a little taken back that he pierced my Shunko. It's like, what the hell? It's like, and now Kakashi's a little huff and just, oh, this is getting a little irritating. This is getting a little tense. But then he realizes that maybe he can use her lightning against her. So now he summons some water style. What was it? Water torrent, the one that summons water from your face, from your mouth. Summon some water, and then and say, you think a little water. I think I'm afraid to get wet. Try that. And say, you thought wrong. Then she goes then she activates the 1 second. The Raijin Senkai. Ready to engulf him, but then he just suddenly goes, water style, water vortex. That was it. Water vortex was the big giant thing. Water vortex. And then basically, because now here's the thing, water is weak to earth in the Naruto world, but wouldn't it make more sense that it's weak to water or weak to lightning, given the very nature of water? My point being, water's still conductive, and it can short out electricity. So right at the bat, he summons it, and right out, I'd imagine it would probably just zzz, and Kakashi's like, yeah, maybe his arm's now numb. Yoruichi's also not feeling great now. It's like, yeah, and then she's like, it's like, oh well, that looks like that, and then she just he's thinking just, well, it looks like that slowed her down for it. I wonder, because he can tell she's not. He can see her chakra, if you will, her spirit, because chakra is composed of spiritual and physical energy and spiritual energy. So you can still see that with his Sharingan a little bit. It's kind of careening off her. She comes rushing in because she can hear him. Just, and now he can tell she's in a different form. She doesn't like using the form, but she can tell that if she doesn't use it, she might lose. So, it's like, what the hell? He's now got a giant gash. It's like, ugh. It's like, and then she just, keeps slicing at him. He's trying the best to avoid. Now Kakashi's on a really bad, is in a really bad freaking way right now. It's like, crap. It's like, earth style, fire style. And none of that's working. She's just creating, and then it's like, and then she's about to end it. Just, shoot. And then all of a sudden, right at that moment, Kamui! And then she realizes her arm's being sucked in. She's got to get out of there. She flash sets, but her arm's gone. Now, luckily, the Bleach characters, most of them can go lose a limb and keep going. Look at freaking Kenpachi. He lost his limb twice and kept going like no problem whatsoever. Yoruichi, I feel would very much be the same. That being said, she would be very, she wouldn't quite know what's going. So, like, then I think that would, another one happening would really cause her concern. She'd back away again, but Kakashi would still try to move it a bit. Just maybe catches her lightning tail or something like that. Which looking at a picture of her in this form, which is a weird picture I don't know how to really feel about this picture. It's a weird thing. That tail is a physical part of her, so she lost a physical part of her. So it's and then she eventually gets out of that form. Kakashi at this point, having used several lightning blades, substitutions, taking a lot of battle damage, every other jutsu, several other jutsus, and 2 Kamuis, he's huffing and puffing this, but Yoruichi's also just kind of like, you're pretty good there, buddy. It's not so bad yourself. So really, they both get up and they both square off for the final bout, and they just throw the he throws a kunai, she comes out of there. He tries to go, come on, and then she just smashes right through his throat and just yeah, you were fun. It's like, but even the most fun things happen. And just pulls it out, and he just falls. Puff of smoke. It's like, huh? Headhunter jutsu. Boom. And then it's like, what? And then chink, and then just slams it right in the butt. She's too surprised, and he just smashed the kunai right in her freaking skull, and she's dead. Oh man! Now, why does Kakashi win this fight? Well, because the reason is, normally I actually feel the Bleach characters are stronger than the Naruto characters when you really break down a lot of things. That being said, there are Naruto characters that far outclass some of the Bleach characters. Oh, Dad's home, so I'm going to wrap this up real quick. But Kakashi, basically between deception and everything along those lines, and versatility, I got to give it to Kakashi. So giving to him about 8 times out of 10. I think Yoruichi wins 20 times. Thanks for watching. See you next.